Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube lands, it's your boy Tuglow, and today we have here our physical attackers tier list for Danmachi Memoria Freeze, aka Danmemo. Now, as you can see here, we have 8 possible candidates that we can get once we initially start up the game and just use our first free 10 roll. Now, just to preface this, just like the other 2 tier lists, this is completely my own opinion. I am doing this completely different from every other tier list that I've seen. The tier list that I've seen focused that overall. I'm focusing more on this is the category that the game has given you. How well can you perform your categorical job? So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first person we have here is Heroic Eyes. She has 431 strength, 135 endurance, 184 dexterity, 287 agility, and 117 magic. Her special is as follows. She has an AoE Ultra Wind magic attack indexed to strength. Now remember, just for the future purposes of this video, if something says indexed to whatever stat, that just basically means instead of pulling the magic ability from the magic stat, this particular ability will pull the power from the strength stat, not the magic stat. Going on with her skills, she does have a self buff. It is going to give her plus 75% strength and 10% physical resist for 4 turns. She does have a single target high physical attack, and she does have a AoE high physical attack. Now, I don't know. I know recently in the first 2 videos, there have been some mistypes or some typos, so potentially there could be a typo here with the foe and foes, or it could be the high and high, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to take it at face value. I know the gist of it. She does want to do that damage, and she's getting that damage out. The only thing that I have a slight problem with is that her special is going to be wind. I wish it would have been just, a normal physical attack, just to kind of round everything all out to that one thing. But having a little bit of flavor, a little bit of variety is never a problem. She is definitely a very reliable and strong unit, and she is a she is a very good unit to have right off the bat. It would be extremely nice if, this first ability right here was like a slight physical attack as well, onto the enemy, but we'll take the buff and we will move on. The next person we're going to talk about is Anya Fromel. She has 602 strength, 168 endurance, 181 dexterity, 287 agility, and 113 magic. Her special is a single target ultra physical attack with a temporary strength boost and ultra penetration rate. That basically means she's going to ignore your resist, your armor, whatever the case may be. I'm thinking in terms of League of Legends, you have your armor pen, your magic pen. That ultra penetration rate, that just means you're going to hit through your resist and just hit them where it hurts, hit them in the gut. Her skills are going to be as follows. She has an AoE low physical attack for her first skill. Her second skill is a buff that is the fast/avoids knockout. One time only when you have more than 20% HP and you lose more than 20% HP. So if you got that 22% total HP right now, and then you're sitting and you get hit and you die, well, you avoid that knockout and you stay alive until you get killed a second time. Then her last ability is going to be a high physical attack with a temporary strength boost and physical resist -20 to a single targeted foe. Now, like I said, as far as pure damage is concerned for physical damage, this is a very good setup. You got that ultra physical attack on your special, then you have that ultra penetration rate. I really do like that a lot. That's very attractive. However, her first skill being a low physical attack towards all units, and she only has that one AoE, one single target, and then she just has that protective buff. To me, that's kind of too much of a bruiser-like state. Not that, hey, I'm going to get in there, I'm gonna hit you as hard as I can, but Lord help me if I get hit, we going down. So that kind of bruiser type of play style just kind of is a good thing. However, it's not really that great single thing that you're doing your job to your purest form the best way that you can, like we want to know. The next person is going to be Onsen Asfi. She does have 609 strength, 177 endurance, 222 dexterity, 306 agility, and 114 magic. Her special is a single target ultra physical attack with a temporary strength boost. Her skills are as follows, starting with the first one. She has a AoE mid physical attack with temporary strength boost and magic minus 20% for 4 turns onto the enemy, all enemies. So that is really good. I like that. She then has a single target mid physical attack and a 30% chance to seal with temporary strength boost to 1 enemy, single target. Then she has a buff for herself only. It nullifies physical attacks for 2 of them. It nullifies 2 physical attacks, excluding special arts. So special arts is basically, you know, for instance, if the enemy had an assist on them and they were doing a passive ability towards you, the passive ability would still kick through, but the physical attacks, that'll be coming straight through. It does not nullify magic attacks either. This is purely physical attacks only. Now, as far as Onsen Asfi goes, I 100% love this character. I think she's definitely one of the top 3 characters that if you get her as a physical attacker, you can definitely rest assured that your physical attack slot or position is going to be safe and sound, because she's going to be doing doing work. She will do work. So I really do like her a lot. Having the ability to have that potential seal towards, you know, a boss mob or a high health mob, that's always a great thing. On top of, you're always going to have 2 mid physical attacks going towards 1 or all enemies. That's very attractive. With an ultra single target physical attack, that is very, very good. The next person we're going to talk about is Argonaut Bell. He does have 417 strength, 139 endurance, 113 dexterity, 351 agility, and 411 magic. His special is going to be an AoE physical attack, no more, no less. What you see is what you get. He will have the following skills. The first skill being an AoE fast, high fire magic attack. So that basically, that fast put in there just basically means he should, in theory, unless the mob just has some ungodly amount of agility, he should be able to be the first one attacking if you use that skill. The second skill is going to be a fast physical attack towards all enemies. Then his third skill is going to be a buff that increases your strength and magic by 75% for 4 turns. So basically boosting or buffing up, I wanted to say that at the same time, boosting and buffing up all of your strength and magic attacks for 75% to just kind of really hit home what his abilities do. They are high, they are fast, it's not too shabby. The one thing that I'm very curious about is the Broad Slicer, the AoE fast physical attack. It doesn't really state whether it's a high, a medium, a low, a slight. You know, I don't really know what that is, just based off of what I'm looking at right here. So just know that it will be fast, but your results may vary as far as how strong that attack will hit. Now, the next person we're going to talk about is Bete Loga. He does have 433 strength, 133 endurance, 180 dexterity, 291 agility, and 105 magic. His special is going to be an ultra fire magic attack indexed to strength that hits an AoE basically all of your enemies. His first skill is going to be a high physical attack towards 1 enemy, single target. His second ability is going to be a high fire magic attack indexed to strength, again, single target. And his last ability is going to be a self buff. Agility and strength are increased by 75% for 4 turns. This is very, very similar to Bell. This guy is just gonna be, he doesn't have the fast abilities, but he does have those high attacking abilities towards single target. This guy will not really do the greatest if you have, 4-3 mobs to kill, but if you go in there and you just say, hey, this guy is gonna focus down this boss mob that has a lot of health and he's gonna do my damages, if you need that single target guy, this is definitely a good character to have. The next person we'll talk about is the classy gentleman Finn. He does have 433 strength, 125 endurance, 200 dexterity, 271 agility, and 117 magic. His special ability is going to be a buff. It increases your crit rate by 100% for 4 turns. His combat skills are as follows. He has a single target fast mid physical attack that on his first skill. His second skill is going to be a single target low physical attack with a 20% heal based off of the damage you do. So, if you do 100 damage, you'll get 20 health back. Pretty damn good. Then his last ability is going to be an AoE high physical attack. Now, Finn is kind of in a weird spot for me. He does have the single target damage, but he does get a little bit of a heal, so he is kind of a self-sustainer. The one thing that is a turn off, but it's also a turn on, is that his special is a buff. That 100% crit rate for 4 turns can dramatically change the tide of the battle, but remember this, this tier list is going to be for a pure physical attacker. If you're going to use your special as a buff, that kind of knocks you points down in my tier list. However, if you have this character and you have some other, let's say big hitters, let's say you have Onsen Asfi, for example, and, she's got that crit going, whatever the case, maybe, if she has that crit going, and let's say you have this crit rate and you just use this special, you take that Onsen Asfi and you knock him out of the park, she'll be doing fat damages. So this guy is a definite damage dealer with his 1 through 3 attacks, but he kind of sits back just a wee little bit and buffs them up just to kind of say, hey, I ain't afraid to fight, but I would much rather be a team player versus, hey, I'm going to do all the work myself. Y'all just stand back and chill. So if you want that team player that's going to help everybody else out while doing a good amount of physical attack, Finn is your guy. However, if you're like, no, I want a physical attacker designated to do his job, Finn, you might not want to be looking too much at his way. The next person is going to be King Ottarl, or Otaru, just depending on, whatever, however you want to pronounce it, or, if you do the Japanese part. Anyway, he does have 605 strength, 172 endurance, 182 dexterity, 255 agility, and 107 magic. Now, he does have 4 abilities just like everybody else. His first special and only special is going to be a single target ultra physical attack with temporary strength boost. His first skill is going to be a buff, which is for his self only, and it is going to increase his counter rate by 25% for 3 turns. So that basically means if an enemy tries to hit you, you hit your counter, you're going to hit him back. That's all that means. His second ability is going to be a single target mid-physical attack with temporary strength boost. And his last ability is going to be a high physical attack with temporary strength boost. Now, if you want purest of pure, I'm talking about doing the damages and can, keep himself alive. Just because, if you had literally 4 attacks that just boosted your strength, that would just be the easiest person to go for. But you kind of got to have that flavor, have that little bit of sauce with him. So he does have that counter rate, which in turn, if you're boosting up your strength and then you hit that counter back onto him, with all them strength boost, that's all I'm gonna say, baby. That's all I'm gonna say is they gonna be getting hit hard. So King Ottarl, just like, you know, everybody else is saying, he is definitely one of the best physical attackers to go for. The next person, and I believe potentially last person, is going to be Tsubaki Colbrand. She does have 604 strength, 191 endurance, 221 dexterity, 262 agility, and 109 magic. Her special is a single target ultra physical attack with a temporary strength boost. Her first skill is an AoE mid physical attack with temporary strength boost and minus 20% strength onto the enemy for 4 turns. Her second skill is a single target mid physical attack with a temporary strength boost, and her last skill is a single target mid physical attack that removes all magic buffs excluding assist skills. So, taking a look at Tsubaki, she is definitely going to be the last of the 3 that I mentioned between Onsen Asfi, King Ottarl, and Tsubaki. Those are definitely going to be your big 3 physical damage dealing people. Everything about these units are very attractive. They have fat damages, and one thing for sure with Tsubaki, since I have her pulled up right now, she does have those 4 attacks. Now, 3 of them are going to be single target, and one of them is going to be an AoE. So she definitely, if you want to attack every single turn, no matter what ability you're using, this is the person to go for. Now, just to go ahead and start off my personal tier list, I believe there were 8 characters, and we will go ahead and show the 8 in the order starting from bottom to top. So coming in at number 8, we are going to have Bete. I don't really want to go too much into it because, you know, I kind of already talked about everything that they do. Bete, to me, he just does so much magic. I want physical, not magic. Even though you're indexing it to strength, great, but I'm looking for physical. I don't need magic. I'll take the next person. So he will be coming in at number 8. Number 7, I'm going to have Bell. He does have fast attacks, but you do have a magic attack, man. And that fast physical attack, I don't know what that is. Is it low? Is it mid? Is it mid? Is it high? You know, there's a lot of variables with him, a lot of question marks. So I'm going to have him sitting at 7 as far as that pure physical damage dealer. The next person is going to be Ice, or Eyes, depending on how you want to say it. She does have, again, we're going back, as you can see, we're starting off with all the people that have magic abilities are gonna come in at the bottom because they're doing magic. I need them to do physical damage. I got my magic dealers to do the magic for us. Please, have mercy on me. So not only does she do magic, she is going to have a buff that doesn't really have any damage to it, you know. Yeah, it's buffing her up, it's making her tanky, it's making her stronger so that she can hit that single target physical attack or that AoE physical attack, but I feel like there's too much upkeep in order to really make her do the physical damages that I need her to do. The next person is going to be Finn. Dude, I love his 100% crit rate, but I wish, dude, even if it was like a mid or a large, or a high, excuse me, not a large. Even if it was a high or a mid, and you gave me like 75% or 50% crit rate, man, I'd definitely have him a little bit higher. But because it's just literally a buff, given it is a very fantastic buff, if I need him to fill my slot for pure physical damage, I cannot have him there because I need heavy hitters to fill this slot. The next person is going to be Anya Fromel. Now, this person, let me see where she is. Here we go. Anya Fromel. This is somebody that I definitely feel is overlooked compared to a lot of people. Most people are going to say, you know, if you get Bell or Ice as an overall character, yeah, you're definitely set. But for me, the way that I prefer to build my team, I want that dedicated healer, dedicated magic, dedicated physical, dedicated, you know, fill. Whether I want a buffer, another magic damage dealer, whatever the case may be, a a tank, a defense player. That's kind of how I'm gonna build my team. So Anya Fromel, I feel, as a physical damage attacker, is extremely overlooked. Now, she's hitting the ultra penetration rate. That, to me, I love. She does have two single targets and then one low AoE. You know, I can always have somebody make up for the AoE portion of what she lacks, but I feel like, you know, she's definitely up there, but as far as the pure physical damage dealers are concerned, but she is overlooked as she ain't got that much flavor. She ain't got that much sauce with her. The next two are going to be put side by side in comparison, just for the sheer fact that I feel either one of these people could go at 2 and then 3, or 3 and then 2. Asfi and Tsubaki 100% are complete monsters. Now, from what a friend of mine has told me, shout out to Primist, he says that starting off, before you get your weapons or deal with any, you know, equipment, Tsubaki is going to be just a smidge better than Asfi. But once you get your respective weapons, Asfi is going to be just a smidge better than Tsubaki. So getting any of these two units are definitely going to fill your physical damage needs, and they are going to be hitting like monsters. Now, as y'all already know this, the last person that I just had to put up there, especially, look, I'm going to tell y'all this, man. I even had a little debate. I had a little friendly discussion. I said, man, I think I like Asfi just a little bit more than King Ottarl. You know, she's got the higher stats. She's got, you know, different, she's got more damage and attack oriented passives versus King Ottarl. And then they said, well, Tug, you got to remember this. You wanted to make it a pure physical damage dealing tier list. Here's your pure physical damage dealer. And I said, all right, you even used my own terms against me. I said, this is the man that you want. If you want to build a pure physical damage dealer, I almost said King Tsubaki. King Ottarl is the way to go. Guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know what y'all think about the tier list. Obviously, this is just for that pure physical attack. You know, if you get Bell or Ice or Finn, those are definitely great characters to help you be well-rounded. But if you want to just kind of have each character be niche and do a specific job, this is going to be the tier list for you. Let me know what y'all think about this list. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What did you like? What you didn't like? I want to know down in the comment section below. I know this was a very long video. There were definitely a lot of people to talk about and kind of a lot of things to go through. So I appreciate you watching it. Guys, thank y'all so much for the support. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel to help make the dream become a reality. Also, once you are subscribed, be sure to turn on those notifications. Last but not least, check out the description box down below where you can find links to my Discord server, my Twitch stream, my Patreon page, and any social media such as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Guys, like I said, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And as y'all know, that's the fat lady singing. That's the bells are ringing. And until the next video, I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.